Previously on Roll Gay Roleplay. You were just talking to an old man in a bar to procure his ship, but first you gotta go fight some monsters.
I would say Jet's inebriated.
It seems that we have found the culprit who is holding on to this ship that we need to get to Edis.
Has anyone noticed if, the monster is hot?
I say it is time for you to go now, because I'm done with you. And as I say that, I am, I pull out my sword and say, Yonsei be with you. And I just start stabbing it in the eye with golden pink energy. I just come down on it like fucking hog wild, and I'm just slashing away at it. And it's probably dead at this point. I'm just still going to town, making sure that it's extra dead.
Yeah, as your blade goes in and out, there's just this mucusy stuff that's splashing on Terra now.
Oh.
Welcome to Roll Gay Roleplay, a real gay, real play D&D podcast. I'm Chris the DM, and I might take my pants off at your wedding.
I'm Katie, and I've been listening to a lot of sea shanties recently. I haven't gotten any housework done without them since.
I'm Brandon. I play Terra Deck, and I would like to know more about this pantless wedding option.
I'm Tisha. I play Benny, and I'm curious about both of these things. So,
Well, I'm Jonathan. I play Eve, and I will propose to my boyfriend at your wedding.
Oh, you're the worst kind
Gross.
of person.
I am the worst.
That's awful. I've only taken my pants off at 2 weddings, so it's not it's not, well, it's happened twice. It's reoccurred, but not it's not my go-to move.
Was this because of intoxication?
were you the stripper for the wedding?
Yeah, what's the
I
context?
mean, yeah, I was definitely drinking. What do you mean, what's the context? I wasn't getting enough attention.
That's
Girl.
It
Wait.
wasn't my wedding, and I was like, guess what?
Wait a damn minute.
I did not take my pants off at my own wedding. That I did not do.
Of course.
Yeah, because you already had enough attention at your own wedding. I have split a pair of rental tux pants right down the ass at a wedding. My go-to wedding move is to drop into the split. Okay, hang on. I'm going on a tangent. I fucking love, my favorite part of weddings is the white people circle. And as far as I know, it only happens at white weddings, where in the middle of the dance floor, everybody forms a giant circle. No one goes to the middle, and everyone just kind of looks at each other like, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? And nothing ever happens.
What?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, totally.
Until someone's drunk uncle comes in and does the worm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. Oh my god.
There's always the one person that jumps in, and it's like, oh, no, not you, though.
Yeah, you're like, oh, honey, you're
Oh
drunk.
no, that's always me. There's never a white person circle when I'm around at weddings because I'm always in the middle. Immediately.
The nipple.
Look to your left and right. If you don't see a white person circle, you are the white person.
No.
Stop it. Get some help.
My favorite part of weddings is wearing a dress. It's so fun because I don't do it very often.
Oh my fuck. Wait a second. I think I figured out what I want our question of the week to be. Just tell me what you think. At your wedding, since we all are very homosexual, or definitely on the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, do you see yourself wearing a wedding dress, or do you see yourself wearing a tuxedo? What are you going to wear?
Ooh, this is a good question.
That is good. I mean, I'll tell you what I wore. Mark and I wore matching vests and white shirts and jeans, and we just had different orange bow ties on. So it was...
That's so cute. It's very country mask for mask, but it's cute.
It works.
very cunty mask for men.
That was the theme. Glad you caught that.
Would you do it that way again? If you could have a second wedding and not lose the first wedding?
I'd probably go even more casual with it, honestly.
Really?
I ain't trying to be stiff on my damn wedding look.
Right, like, that's why we did jeans. Like, we had casual wear for our guests, even though most of them did dress up. Like, which is cool. I'm thrilled. Like, everyone had a good time. But I was in jeans because I wasn't going to be comfortable for hours on end, or uncomfortable for hours on end on supposedly my best day ever. Like, I'm there to enjoy it, too.
Chris storms out of the room. This is my day.
And if people aren't paying attention, the pants come off, so...
You know, honestly, I definitely pictured, because I've seen your high school pictures, Chris, I definitely pictured something very Gerard Way, very much Helena, but without the funeral, more of a wedding type of tease. Like, that's what I gathered.
Yeah, but I
you.
married Abercrombie and Fitch over there. Like...
Oh, bitch, the read. Okay.
Okay. Do you know what I think would be really cute is if you and Mark had like a reconfirmation of vows or whatever, and you just did it in like little like snuggly onesies together.
Oh,
I'd do that.
onesies.
That's a cool idea.
Right?
Is that what you would wear at your wedding, Katie?
Oh my God, no. So I've actually worn a couple wedding dresses already. I wore them to prom and casually because I was that bitch in high school.
Am I going to be the one to point out that she said multiple dresses to prom?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we unpack that?
My mom said everyone else is going to be in a bridesmaid dress. You might as well dress like a bride. Like I bought a wedding dress secondhand and added like a bunch of stuff to it, and it was really great.
That's
I love
adorable.
your let all these bitches know that they're the sidekicks. That's so good.
And they are very uncomfortable to party in. There's so much boning. So I'm probably going to do like that, like, I'm a big fan of that suit jacket, but with the pants and then those like peplum dresses. Does that make sense? So it's like a nice white suit, but with like a nice, beautiful peplum trim. That's what I'm feeling.
That's nice.
It's my Sims fantasy.
I think that for my wedding, I will not be in a dress, even though I should be in one because I look better in dresses. But definitely like white tuxedo with a dramatic ass silk cape that trails behind me like for an extra 40 feet.
Oh my God.
Yes,
As I
Phantom of
go
the
down.
Opera.
Like, that's what, yeah, you know, like the fucking gif of Maleficent running down the spiral staircase and that cloak is just going on for days, you know? Like, that's what I want at my wedding. And maybe even, like, eyelet lace, like, just kind of, you know, sheer see-through, but, like, silk is... Like, I just have a fantasy. But, yeah, I would definitely be wearing a white tux with a cape that went on until the end of the universe.
That's going to look so cool.
Mine is pretty boring. I think I really like the idea of trying on all the dresses. So I think it would just depend on what spoke to me, whether it's some sort of like bohemian chic or a traditional wedding dress. But I really want the whole montage of trying on every possible outfit from a tuxedo to whatever.
Would you see yourself like, if you were to do like a tuxedo, would you see something like Janelle Monáe kind of?
I love that bitch so much.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Literally every single day of her Instagram is just the most incredible outfits.
I want to learn to tailor because of that. Like,
Also, is she in a relationship with Erykah Badu?
I didn't think it was Erykah Badu, was it? It's Tessa from Thor, the Valkyrie woman.
Oh, yes. I know who Janelle Monáe is.
Tessa Thompson.
Yes.
What?
they were in that The Way You Make Me Feel video together.
Oh, you're so right. I would wear a suit, like a very form-fitted suit, that it would be like a color, but not like a common color. Like my favorite suit right now, you can kind of see in my Discord profile picture. It's like a deep red. And I would do that with like a nail color to match. And I would have an absolute, like a full face. I just went to a recent wedding that was more progressive. It was like a younger group that I could be friendly with. So I didn't have the fear of being traditional. So I went with like a full face of makeup. And it was the best feeling.
Isn't it? And walking down the well, I mean, were you in the wedding?
No, but I mean,
I got you. Just being there and not having to feel like you have to be anybody other than yourself.
yeah, exactly. I can dress however I want. And I just got like compliments all night. It was
Hello. My dearest girlfriend, she got married back in like 2017, I think, and I was in the wedding. I was her man of honor. And her makeup artist that she hired did my face, like beat my face for the Jesus gods. And just walking down the aisle and like all these old people were like looking at me like, oh my God. And then some of them were like, holy fuck, like, oh my God. And I was like, I know, like it's me, you know? And I had this fine ass little man, like I was like wrapped around him and like he was walking me down the aisle and I was just like, bitch, like I can get used to this, you know what I'm saying? But
that's very Paris is Burning. Like, touch this skin, darling. Touch all
hello,
of this skin.
hello. But yes, I'm here for the full face beat on a wedding, and like you look good, and you know you look good, and then you're dressed well like this. You can't tell me shit,
Right? Every other girl could have their fucking face painted.
right? But yeah, I'm here for that.
Good question.
It was a good question.
Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson, which goes right into our story.
So you run into Tessa Thompson.
The sea monster.
As she's formally known, yes.
Yeah.
You did. Does anyone remember what happened last time?
Yeah, we fought like a psychic squid.
Oh, yeah.
You sure did, and you just rescued the first mate who was under the sea creature's control. You had a ship, and you had a first mate to deal with. And that's where we're picking up. I think, has everyone taken some serious damage at this point?
Oh.
Yeah, I think Jet's at like 64 right now.
Yeah, Benny and Jet were getting beat up on last time.
Yeah, I think
Girl.
Benny got hurt.
Your lot of damage is more than my max health.
Okay, literally the only thing I can do is hit things, not very hard, and then get beaten the crap out of me in return.
Oh, yeah, Jet beat up Benny. Benny's at 77 because I think Eve healed Benny.
Yeah.
And I was taken
I
over.
don't want you taking all the credit. I also hurt Jet pretty bad.
Yeah, that's right.
I got mind controlled and beaten up last episode.
Yeah, I'm out of spells. I used a lot of shields last go around.
Well, then, luckily, you guys won't have to battle anything unless you guys start a fight. Then it's on you. You guys start a fight, it's on you.
And the first mate wasn't able to breathe out of water when he was under control, but now they're able to.
Yes, now he is a land breather again.
Land breathe.
Yay, we did it.
Yes.
And do we have a captain for this ship, or...
Drunk in the bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have we decided, are we just going to get on the ship and go with the first mate, or are we returning the first mate to the captain?
I don't think we should just take the ship, because I don't know how to sail a ship.
This ship is huge, by the way. It's 80 feet by 20 feet. This is a gargantuan ship. You need, like, a crew for this big thing.
Okay.
So you can try it, and we'll roll the dice. And in season 3, everybody drowns. Yep, that's it, guys.
I turn into a level 20 sea captain.
Okay, well, whilst atop Angelica, I would like to put the first mate on top of Angelica because he's probably done walking for a little bit, probably worn out. And I'm going to look at the rest of the crew and say, well, it seems that we must return this individual back to the town and maybe get this captain going so that we can hop aboard this ship and head toward the island where Edis resides. Yes. And as I say that, I plank in the direction where I think Edis is. Because I have the compass. The compass is me. I am now.
Yes.
Now we're done.
Perfect. So you guys aren't even going to talk to this dude. You're just going to take him with you wherever you want?
I think
So I don't know why I asked it in a way that was surprising.
The read.
We take people,
I think that
sure.
Benny would probably try and talk to them while she's all beat up after she risked her life to save this dude.
I mean, he'll at least be grateful, I'm sure. You did save him.
Yeah, so, all right. Benny walks up to this waterlogged man and says, I take it now that you can breathe. It's a good sign. You can breathe out of water. I'm a little hurt, but I'm glad that you're safe. Why were you under the water with that big monster?
Yes, thank you for saving me. Our ship was guided in here by mistake. When we noticed the large monster, I got our crew off the ship, and when I came back on deck to check on our captain, he was nowhere to be found, and I was met with that slimy beast. I unfortunately touched it, then I don't remember much else from there, aside from the mind control and the swimming underwater and not breathing air. I didn't like any of it.
Huh.
But I do appreciate the help, and sorry for attacking you. Not in my right mind.
Yeah, sorry for what happened to you. So that's kind of weird, though, right? That a captain didn't go down with a ship that he kind of left and is at the bar drunk right now? Yeah, it's a little weird.
I'm sorry. The captain is alive.
Oh, yeah.
That bastard.
Yeah, so this is kind of awkward, but we were sent to come save the ship, and...
That is not his ship if he abandoned it.
That is true.
I am the first mate. I was last on the ship. That's my ship now.
Yeah, I mean, we don't always know what's going on in people's heads and why they do the things that they do. It's not common, I don't believe, unless we live in this weird gay parallel universe where people are, you know, selfish and...
Always assholes? Yeah.
But, so, maybe we give him the benefit of the doubt, though. I think that's a good thing to do, don't you, Eve? Benefit of the doubt when somebody makes a bad decision.
I have a question, hun. You are now, by your account, the owner of the ship?
That's correct.
That means you know how to drive this thing?
I do.
And you owe us a debt.
The railroad and I are in your debt, yes.
Well, I think we have found our captain, ladies and gentlemen.
Fabulous.
I said we just take off right now.
For what now?
Eve, if you wouldn't mind laying down in the water and pointing in the direction of where we're going.
Eve, like, chasses about 3 feet deep into the water and then just keels over in a plank. Which way do I face?
We're going that way.
Okay, you'll have to talk to our quartermaster on directions and navigation. They know the sea well and should be able to help guide your compass friend and the ship in the correct direction.
I thought you were the one in charge of the ship.
Yes, there are 6 officers on this. There are 5 officers on this ship now. As first mate, I no longer have that position, so that'll be open for now. But I have a crew of about 20. 5 officers, including myself. Once we gather my crew, they'll be able to fix the ship, which did take a little bit of damage. Since the ship is in your debt, I can offer the first mate position for now. Your job is simply to keep morale high, make sure that the crew is doing their jobs, work with our other officers.
Oh, that's fantastic. I nominate Tara. Tara, you're going to be fantastic at this job. Thank you.
It does come with its own quarters as well.
Fuck.
Benny looks at this first mate. What's his name?
You haven't asked.
Okay. Benny looks at this first mate and says, I'm sorry, but what's your name?
My name is Ramses.
Ramses. Okay. Ramses. You know, I'm not sure, but maybe we give the captain the benefit of the doubt. You know, sometimes people make bad decisions and they regret it later. Right, Eve? Don't you think so?
Eve immediately, like, I don't know, has a mirror and points it back at Benny and says, yes, I wonder how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, not that I would exactly know, but just for future reference, that's how I feel and think that we should act in this moment. I would do the same for anybody in this group.
Did you meet the captain? You've spoke to him, yes?
I mean, he wasn't in his, like, I wouldn't say he was 100% in his right mind. We were engaged in a little friendly drinking, if you know what I mean.
Yes, that's his normal position, is friendly drinking, about 20 hours a day.
And this man is your captain?
He was my captain, yes.
Why do we use past tense? Why was?
A captain abandoning his ship, it's no longer his ship. And unless he plans on taking it from me, frankly, I'm not giving it back to him.
Does your captain know this?
I don't think I care. And I don't think that the crew will work for him again either. So, if you want a crew, you're going to have to stick with me. I'm sure the captain is fine in whatever bar you left him in.
You do understand that if your captain catches wind of what we are doing, it may incite a coup.
I doubt he will have many people on his side that will help. That is a risk I am willing to take.
He'll have an army of empty soldiers. Wink, wink.
Oh my gosh, a
That's good.
secret espionage mission. Being sneaky, possibly backstabbing someone that you love. And then Eve looks at Benny and says, sounds really familiar, doesn't it?
Should we really trust the judgment of a group of people who decided to follow a very drunk captain who was piloting a boat?
Decided?
I'm not sure.
You misunderstand how ships work.
Oh,
Our job is to take orders from the captain. I convey the orders to the officers officers convey them to the ship's crew.
yeah, but you chose to, I mean, no shade. You seem like a very nice guy, and, I did rescue you, but you decided to work for a captain that was a drunkard. So maybe your judgment isn't the best, right, Eve?
Benny, you said no shade. That was totally shade. Well, very good. Here we will strike a deal, yes. We will follow you and regain these officers and this crew so that we may travel to the island of Edis. If Jet ever questions your leadership, we will overthrow you, cast you off board, and take over your ship.
Why am I,
Do we have a deal?
being volunteered for this job?
Is this a prearranged mutiny? I'm not sure what is going on.
He owes us a favor. If he is to stray from this favor and possibly do something that could put us in danger, then we will take over his ship. But if he follows instructions and does what he says he's going to do, then I don't see why we can't follow him.
Jet looks a little confused, but she tries to puff up and look menacing.
Benny just lowers her head and says, yeah, I guess if that's how we're gonna do it.
I don't mind taking you on board. As I said, we are in your debt. But it is my ship. So orders will come from me, not from you.
Orders will come for you until I bid you unworthy, or Jet bids you unworthy.
Again, okay, so what I'm hearing is we can get a good deal through not going through the captain, and I am in charge of deciding whether the new captain gets to live or not for some reason.
Yeah, I'm choosing you because I believe that you are the best judge of character. So, you will decide if this new captain is following his promise. If you decide that he is not, I will take care of him myself, and you will become the new captain, and you will man the ship. And then I daintily put out my hand towards this guy. What's his name? Jack?
Ramses?
Ramses.
Jack.
Did you mistake him for the baby from The Incredibles?
That's what I was going for. And I say, do we have a deal?
It seems we'll be keeping an eye on each other. Since I'm in your debt, we can have a deal. And he'll stick out his hand and shake.
Fabulous. Well, help up, Telio. We must get to this town and go get your friends. Let's go.
I would really like to stay back with the ship, or have someone stay back with the ship so it doesn't get taken. Could you guys just go and get my crew for me? I'll start trying to clean up here. But really, I need my bosun to fix the ship before we can set sail. I promise I can't go anywhere. Look at the ship.
That's true.
You are free to go about the ship if you'd like, explore. I can show you around. There's bunks for those of you who are not officers. First mates or first mate, I can show you your quarters.
Do we trust this individual that we can leave him here while we go gather and round up his ruffians?
Oh, well, I mean, he just saw us murder a giant psychic whale squid, so I don't think he's going to try and do anything.
Also, that boat's pretty big, and I really don't think, unless he can suddenly duplicate himself multiple times, that he will be able to crew it.
I think that he's fine. We did save his life, and he kind of does owe us, and he can actually breathe air now. So, I think that we'll be fine. He can fix the ship while we go gather his crewmates.
I do have a favor before you set off. could anyone open the captain's quarters door? The captain would obviously still have the key after he jumped ship, and I need access to it.
Oh, I can do that.
Beautiful. Please, come on the ship.
Yeah, Benny would look at Tara and say, does anybody want to come with me? Maybe Tara or Jet or Eve or anybody? Not that I don't trust this guy, but I might get lost. I've been pretty lost lately.
I do believe that we should all go. What say you, friends?
Yeah.
Oh, I do love a good group adventure.
Well, that settles it. We will see you on the ship. And Eve begins, like, trotting over towards the boat.
Okay. You guys can make your way onto the ship. There's, on the main deck itself, you can see, like, there's a wheel, all the, I don't know ship terms. This was dumb.
Ferris wheel.
Yes, the steering Ferris wheel is there. You can see the sails.
Is the starboard there?
There's a starboard. There's one of the ports. There's an aft. And there's a stern. Ooh, boom. Got them all.
Poop deck.
Yes, there's a ship deck as well.
Can Eve roll investigation to see if there's anything of note, maybe anything valuable
Yeah.
around this area? Okay.
Go for it. Oh, valuable especially, sure.
I rolled a 16.
So you can see where the captain's quarters are located. They are located on the main deck, just below the steering Ferris wheel. There's also stairs leading downwards. You can guess that this is where you're talking about officer quarters, the bunks, the kitchen, all that type of stuff is going to be downstairs. But anything interesting probably is going to be down there or in the captain's quarters. You can also see by that the ship was slightly damaged when hitting shore. You can tell at least he's not going to be able to set sail off the ship. But if you want to investigate the inside of the ship, I'm going to make you roll a stealth to try and get away with it without him seeing. I mean, maybe he'll let you just do it. You're on the ship.
If Benny notices that Eve is trying to do something sneaky, she would cover for him.
Gotcha. Yeah, so do you want to sneak down into the ship, or do you want to just be like, I'm walking down there, bye?
I'll sneak down.
Cool. Anyone who is sneaking downstairs, I need a stealth check, please. And then, Benny, if you have something to distract him.
Yeah, Benny's going to distract him by showing him, look, these are my thieves' tools, and I use them to, like, pick locks and stuff. I'm a pretty accomplished rogue. I don't know if you knew that about me. I sometimes make bad decisions, and sometimes I question myself, and sometimes I trust the wrong people. Are you a wrong person to trust? Why would you follow that captain? Is he your brother? What's your relation to him? How long have you known him?
And Tara's standing behind Benny the whole time, making like mouth movements with her hands and rolling her eyes.
Oh my god.
That can be an advantage on the stealth then. That's good.
I like your shoes. I like your shoes. Are they waterproof?
Thank you. That's all. A first mate's job is to follow the captain's orders. He was not always the way he is, but when a captain goes sour, you can't stop listening to orders. A captain is still a captain.
As they're having this conversation, I rolled a 12 plus 4, 16.
Did you roll with advantage?
I rolled with disadvantage because I have disadvantage because I'm wearing scale mail.
Oh, well, you don't have to use disadvantage then since Benny was distracting, so you can just roll as normal. So just take your first roll.
Okay, well, that was a natural 20.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, you just jumped all the way down the stairs so perfectly silent.
Okay, while I'm down there, do you want me to roll another investigation?
Well, would you like to go to the kitchen or to the bunks?
The bunks.
The bunks, perfect. So in each room, there's beds, bunk beds on either side. There's a shared latrine in the middle for all of them. But go ahead and roll an investigation down there.
I rolled a 12 plus 0.
So you find a few pieces of gold, maybe like 5 or 6. We'll say 6 pieces of gold.
I'm not going to take them. I don't want gold.
You can see the crew was probably rushed out. They've grabbed their things quite quickly, so it's a little bit messy down there. You find a scroll under one person's, or on one person's bed. As you open it, it's a call for mutiny. It says, "Together we unite to remove the captain from his post. Death by monster tonight."
Death by monster tonight?
One more again?
The mutiny. Together we unite to remove the captain from his post. Death by monster tonight. So from this, you can gather that there was a call for mutiny that was happening, and they were going to kill the captain via monster.
Via monster, via aboleth?
It doesn't specify.
But that guy says that he wasn't.
Are there any other clues about this? Do I see any magic circles or anything out of the ordinary?
Seems pretty normal otherwise, but that mutiny knows what you really wanted to find down there.
Okay. And the motivation behind can I assume that's because he's a drunkard?
I mean, that's been established so far, yeah.
It could just be a speech impediment. Maybe he's sober.
Right, because my question is, was this mutiny going to happen because he's a drunkard, or did this mutiny happen because someone just wants to be in control?
Also, this guy didn't mention anything about the mutiny. Like, we were talking about going back to his captain, and he didn't mention anything about that.
Eve is going to tuck the scroll inside of his armor, and then he's going to head towards the kitchen.
Yeah, go for it. Give me one more.
Investigation.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. So with 15, you find quite a few preserves, peach, strawberry, and boysenberry specifically. Ooh. You find the keys to the ship, because the keys to the ignition are always fresh out of the kitchen.
You did that on purpose.
Oh
and
my
I hate
god.
You.
And you find a chef's hat with the name Daisy on it.
Daisy.
I'm going to take the chef's hat and also stick that in my armor.
I think your armor's like a B cup by now.
Right? Like, do I see anything else?
No, you just needed to find the fresh out of the kitchen keys to the ignition. That's...
Okay, so I take the keys. I'm going to head back up to the main deck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast dancing lights on the other side to maybe show as a beacon for the homies to get the new captain to look the other way while I come upstairs.
That's smart. I think at this point we'd have gotten closer to the captain's quarters, and maybe he's watching me anyway.
Yeah, you can be there actually working on the lock at this point if you want to roll for...
Because I'm a rogue, I believe I should have been looking this up while I was listening to that, but I was singing How Does Your Garden Grow in my head instead. I got a nat 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lock moves like butter. Click, 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 boom. All right, so you get the door unlocked, and then you see some flashing lights.
So as the flashing lights are going off, I say to the first mate, so how would you treat maybe one of your crew members who possibly was influenced by outside persons to possibly not trust the captain anymore?
What persuasion? Obviously, if mind control happens, like I was just under, that's quite forgivable.
Maybe not mind control, but maybe somebody manipulating them with words in maybe a book or something?
She was thinking with her dick.
She was thinking with her dick.
Like if you came across a lady that seemed super nice and was helpful, and then she gave you a book and it said something like, "Oh, your captain, the drunk guy, is not necessarily the best captain or the right captain," and then you started questioning whether your captain was the best captain or the right captain, and then your captain found out about it, or the first mate found out about it. How would you deal with that person in a fair and honest way?
A good captain allows to be questioned. However, if you betray a captain, would lead directly to removal from the ship. If the ship be at sea, so be it.
Okay, and then if that person that was questioning the captain just kept all of those thoughts in their head and maybe subconsciously acted on those thoughts, but not directly, then that would be okay, right?
As long as the crew member does not put the ship or captain at risk.
Okay.
If the crew member is putting the others at risk, that fault lies on them.
Oh. That's understandable.
That's funny.
So putting my ship in jeopardy will not be tolerated if that has not been made clear.
Gotcha. Just curious about, sea folk lore. I'm not super familiar with that kind of stuff. I spent most of my time in the woods and on a flying house with somebody I thought I could trust.
You seem to have a lot going on.
Yeah.
Is there someone else I could talk to that is less depressing?
Listen. On this trip, somebody is going to end up crying. And it's probably going to be me, but it could also be Jet. So just be ready for that.
I only cry when medically necessary, and
there's a dog around.
Medically necessary.
Or a
there's a dog
brother.
around.
Or somebody's family.
Yeah.
Or a heart being ripped out of a chest. So, it's probably going to be me, but...
What the fuck did you guys do before this?
Is Eve back in now?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Eve walks in, hears about the dog, and says, well, woof, woof, have we opened up the captain's quarters yet?
Yes, it's just opened.
So yeah, you guys he opens the door, you can see there's a desk, a globe, an alcohol bar. There's a bedroom that you can see through an open doorway as well. It's a waterbed too.
Oh.
And then it has its own private bathroom.
This is the captain's room?
Bookcases. Yeah, this is the captain's room.
And what are we looking for here in this captain's room?
This is where I stay now. That's all. The maps are here, so our quartermaster and our bosun join me up here when we need to navigate. So this will be where we'll plot your course as well. He'll pull out a map and say, this is where we are. And from where you were laying in the water, I believe we're heading this direction. I would want our quartermaster to confirm that, though.
Oh, fantastic. Well, comrades, companions, it seems that we must go back to the town and go gather these crewmates. What say you?
Where would we, find them? Another bar?
I told them to go up north. What bar did he go to? Where are we? And he's looking at the map and he goes, you were at Shrek's work, weren't you?
Yep.
When I had the crew evacuated, I had them go north, get as far away from the monster as possible. They went that way, and he points out the porthole.
Sounds great. Angelica, and I summon Angelica, and I'm going to tell Angelica to start flying due north to see if he sees anything.
Cool. Let's roll perception. Are you just flying on your own, or is everyone else doing the ground roll?
No, I'm still with the group. I just have Angelica flying on his own.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, give me some perception.
Okay. 9 plus 5, 14.
Yeah, you can see that there's some smoke coming from a little campfire 30, 40 minutes away.
Okay, so then Angelica telepathically tells me, nay, Saint Eve of Laurent, there is a smoke fire, nay, due north, just follow the path.
I'm so intrigued.
Was that hoarse enough?
Hearing that terrible voice, Tara remembers she has a little friend and then pulls Carl's Jr. out of her bag and puts him on her shoulder. He looks like he's been shuffled around a bag for weeks.
Jet is suddenly struck by the fact that everyone else has a companion animal except her.
You have the love of the people around you, okay?
You have a dead dog.
You also have Benny anytime you want to turn. She's offered many times.
Oh,
Turn into a dog that I can't remember.
it just always sounds so weird.
I'll be your dog for you.
It does.
It does.
It sounds a little
Pat my head.
like Dom sub.
Very Britney Spears.
Okay, or that.
So I say, yes, my floating pink Pegasus, Angelica, has alerted me that there is a smoke fire due north. If we will just exit the ship and head that way, I think we would be able to find these individuals. And I say that, and I'm kind of also giving the group a look, kind of, like we got issues.
Yeah, we're gonna go now and go get your crew. Good luck, Ramses. I hope you're not named after Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones. Okay, bye.
I appreciate the help. Don't know that name, but sure.
My immersion.
Well, since our journey will be long, I hope we can have a good time together.
Oh,
Can I do an investigation check
Insight?
Okay.
as soon as that happened?
Well, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to figure out?
He just seemed a little shifty, and
Insight then.
I've been kind of getting, like, Jet's been getting that vibe, if that makes any sense. Like, there's lots of small things that aren't seeming to add up.
That's fair.
She got a 17.
You don't think he has anything out for you.
Okay.
He might just want to have a good time and talk kind of creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's partially the tone and his choice of words at the specific time he chooses to say them, and in the specific order he says them. It's basically his whole thing seems creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't a guy just talk creepy?
Can I just talk?
It's 2021.
Yikes.
You add those synaptic pauses. I really like your eyes.
Joel Skinner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like your eyes too.
Stop.
Dear friends, I love this compliment sandwich that we are having here, but we must not dilly, we must not dally, we must go find these crewmates. Yes.
Jet's gonna do, like, the I'm watching you to the guy.
All right, he's going to do the Macarena back to you.
Okay.
So you guys could leave the ship, and Ramses will be doing the running man on the deck the whole time.
Hey there, y'all. This is Tara Dick. I just wanted to thank some of our patrons this week, specifically Megan and Daniel. Y'all have been with us since December, and what a wonderful Yulmus gift of love and support for us and our podcast. So thank you, and bless your little hearts. If you'd like to show support for our podcast, or maybe hear your own shout out in one of our episodes, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/rollgayroleplay, or join us in the Discord and just tell us in person. Bye now.
Bored of D&D? Want to try something else? Why not check out Control Group? We test systems so you don't have to. Using our patented mini campaigns along with one-shots, we test how far you can stretch systems with our unique ideas and broad storytelling. Our mission statement is to give a voice to those not often heard in the TTRPG community. So whether it be a system you've never heard of, or our testers being people of color, people on the LGBTQIA+ spectrum, we want to make sure our stories are broad, vast, and told from different perspectives. So whether you want classic role-playing or just big goofs, come listen to us try out systems, some of which we've even made ourselves. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, or head over to controlgrouppod.com. That's CTRL, just like the key on your keyboard. There you can find the systems we test along with easily accessible PDFs. So check us out if you're into Monster of the Week, Passion de los Pasiones, A Song of Fire and Ice, Lasers and Feelings, Gunsight, Void Worlds, Wizards and Wands, Stranded, Interstitial, The Last Shonen, and so much more!
While we're off the ship, I immediately pull out the scroll and I say, friends, it seems that we may have had a bounty on the, well, not a bounty, but a call for the head of this captain. Someone was going to do him in, or if you know what I'm saying, give him the wet death. So.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm going to need you to repeat that.
I have literally never heard that, and I'm horrified. I'm sorry.
What?
What death? This sounds like a really shit euphemism.
Yeah, the captain's going to be 20,000 leagues under the sea, if you know what I mean.
Just like.
I mean this with all of the honesty I can muster. I really don't.
They were trying to kill him. They were going to kill him. And I think there may still be a bounty or a death called for his head. And maybe we
a moist murder.
Maybe we should do something about that.
Please, like, just say it.
And so I show them all the scroll. Now, do you all believe that this is possibly the old captain? Or what are they what if they know that the new captain is here and they don't want him to be the new captain?
How would they know that the new captain is here when they're not sure who the new captain is yet? I think this was reference to the drunk captain, because maybe somebody influenced them to thinking that the drunk captain wasn't all that.
Quite possibly so. Do you think we should just go due north? Or should we go alert the captain first?
I don't know. I think that we can confront the captain and tell him that he was doing a terrible job and he should resign as captain, and that he should never be a captain again because he's terrible and people want to mutiny against him, and that his ship's damage was all his fault and he's crappy. Or we could just ignore him and leave him to drink himself to death and just go due north. I'm good with either of those options. I'm not good with the option of letting him back on the ship.
What say you, Jet and Tara?
I think it's a better, like, financial decision if we just don't let him know until after we get back and, oh, you just were asleep for so long that your ship got broken and stop drinking.
To be totally honest, I absolutely do not care what's going on with this crew. And if they can get us to our destination, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one has any objections to possibly saving this captain's life.
They're not gonna kill him.
We could only save his life by confronting him and making him realize that what he's doing is wrong. And I'm for that. But people don't usually want help unless they're ready. And I'm not sure. I don't know if you saw the captain, but I don't think he's ready for help.
I bet you didn't expect us to form the DARE program this episode, did you, Chris?
Dare to keep a kid off drugs. Well, then it's settled. We will head due north, find these individuals, and go to the god Edis. And as I say that, I put on the chef's hat that says Daisy.
Okay.
Okay, so Eve is going to start sashaying due north, following Angelica in the sky.
Yeah, Jet's gonna limp after.
Okay.
Yeah, Benny will follow after Tara.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys can head north. Do you guys want to do any type of stealth? You want to just walk on up and be like, hey, we're here for you guys?
Benny's absolutely going to stealth behind the group.
So anyone who wants to stealth up can, or like do a perception investigation. Perception would be fine, but if you're doing to do it stealthily, then I'll need you to roll stealth as well.
I am going to do a perception check.
And I also think that before we start out, Benny's going to say, do you want me to go in the front of the group and stealth and, put myself in danger and see if I see anything and come back?
Unfortunately, I cannot trust you up to your own devices. We see what happened last time. So you'll just stay in the back and you stay back there.
Wow.
Okay.
I rolled a 20, a 15 plus 5.
Jet is wearing scale mail, though, so...
You have disadvantage. Oh, you know what? Can I go ahead and stealth as well?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your stealths.
Oof, please let that be the lowest thing.
Benny has a plus 12 to stealth.
I don't think Tara's gonna bother stealthing because she's got all those swords clacking around.
Oh, yeah, the sword dress. That's right.
Yeah. She's clanging around with a
Come through,
miniskirt.
Battle Maiden. I rolled a 10 for stealth.
Okay.
I got a 17 for stealth.
Okay. And then perception?
16 is what I got for perception.
Then, both of those are fine. The 10, they're going to hear you, but I think that's okay. Mm-hmm. So here's what you can see. You can see that there is, in fact, a campfire. There's about 20 people there. You can see they're making food, and Eve, as you make a noise, a woman puts her leg up onto her chair, turns around and puts a bow and arrow at you, and says, "Allô, who is there?"
Le français.
"Allô?"
Oh, hi, how's it going?
The woman you see in front of you, as you get closer.
Is everybody else hiding? I'm the only one
Yes,
that's out.
I'm hiding.
Click, 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 click.
So you see a redheaded woman in a corset, fishnet stockings, boots on though, because she's adventuring, and you can't adventure in stilettos.
God, bitch.
You recognize this to be the same Daisy that was in the mayor's manor.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, that's the dancer.
Oh, Jesus.
The French cabaret artist, yes.
Edit out that long pause.
Gave your fucking name, too.
Bitches just keep popping up.
Yeah, so since you spoke up, Tara, and are visible, she will say, "Don't I know you?" Well, that was Swedish. I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. I am fairly well known. Yeah, I'm a traveling performer, so you might have seen one of my shows.
And you might have seen one of mine, yes.
Oh, are you like a radio host or something? Like a thing where people don't see you?
I don't want to do this again with you. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm friends with there's like a ship. Honestly, I don't pay a whole lot of attention. I'm looking for like a crew for a ship or something, I think.
That is us, yes. I am the chefs.
You're a cook.
I am a woman of many talents, yes.
Jet is trying so hard to not like burst out of the woods. Just be like, I'm sure you are.
We're here. The royal we. It's just me. Coming to collect the crew to go repair a ship that was attacked by like a giant brain squid.
Have you disposed of the monster?
Yeah. He was. He doesn't swim so well when he's hovering up in the air.
Is our first mate alive?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a strange one. He was breathing water for a little bit, and bless his little heart, he can breathe air now. He's doing great.
That is very weird, but I'm glad he is okay. He is very good at his job.
Apparently he owns the ship now, and he has promised me a trip to a destination I need to get to.
So the captain is dead. Good for Ramses.
So we saw the note, right?
You guys did, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be like, I'm not sure. I thought he was the captain, but okay, sure. I mean, he told us it was his ship, so.
We had a captain before him, before we crashed.
Oh, what happened to him?
Well, if Ramses is the captain, then the captain is dead.
Oh, okay.
That's how the order of a ship goes.
I've never had a ship. I've had a train run on, but I've never had a ship.
I'm so mad.
Oh no.
So, do you guys need to like gather some stuff and we can head over, or?
But of course, if the ship is ready to go. Allez, let's go. The crew will gather. Daisy will... are you guys hiding from them, or are you just going to wait for them to walk up to Tara and then pop out and be like, hey, we're here too?
Benny would walk back stealthily and just stand in the middle of the path on the way and pretend like she was just chilling there.
Nice. Give me a stealth check to see if anyone notices.
I rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Plus 12?
So as everyone's...
Does that help? Nat 1
No.
plus... Oh, okay.
Does not. So as you're doing that, Daisy goes, I know you too. What are you? Is your whole crew here?
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Hello. You were quite the fun one in the Mayor's Manor. You guys lit the stage on fire. It's very hard to forget you.
I'm here too. And then Jet does like a barrel roll and like a pose. Like, ta-da!
Mon Dieu.
Eve falls out of the bushes, like forehead, hand on forehead. Oh, I am just a damsel, a fair maiden who is so weak and so without the strong touch of a man to carry me back to the ship. Who will please help me?
what?
If you need help being lifted, I can... Porky, go ahead and help him. That was Monomy.
Porky. I'm gonna need a description of Porky.
Porky looks like a dwarven pig farmer.
He looks like he farms pigs for a living?
Yeah, he is a dwarf. Big, and just the overall stench of pig.
Okay, yeah. So Eve sees Porky walking up to me, and
I gotcha.
he says, "Well, would you look at that? I'm just right as rain, Angelica." And I'm gonna hop on Angelica and fly away.
Are you sure? I'm the surgeon here. I can help you.
Neat.
See, he's smart at surgery and also pig farming. He probably knows more about that than we do.
Yeah, just because he looks big and dumb doesn't mean he is big and dumb. Well, he is big.
Just because he looks big doesn't mean he is big. Oh, wait, no.
That's how it works.
That's exactly what that means.
Mary Chrysler.
My bad. Daisy will say, I am so glad you are all here. Weird to see you in the forest. Glad that we can get back on this ship. I'm very confused as to what is happening. Could maybe we talk as we
stupid.
walk?
I don't understand what just happened. We're like, we need to go find them for help. Let's hide. Oh, fuck, turns out we're all in the bushes.
Right. You guys are always a spectacle is what Daisy's now understanding. You guys just bring a show wherever you go.
I mean, Eve literally just flew off into the sunset, so I'm gone. I went back to the ship.
Lovely. Eve can be the first to arrive and everyone else can be walking.
As far as we know, we're expecting you to fall out of every bush along the way.
Yeah, would you guys like to talk to Daisy or do you want to wait till you're on the ship to talk to everybody?
So, hon, if you don't mind me asking, we heard some rumors about what happened to people who didn't win the competition. Were you kept in some sort of dungeon for a little bit?
For a short time, yes. It was just a way of keeping the results from the public. But I was able to leave at a certain time. Most of us were. That poor young man in love with the girl, he is probably still there.
Oh no, Benny still has a speaking stone to him and has not checked it in a while.
So we've just never checked in on it?
Yeah, there's just like 18 voicemails and it's just him screaming.
Oh no.
They're all one word. It's like, please
At
help
that moment,
me.
Benny pulls out her speaking stone and checks it.
Yeah, there's 18 voicemails of him screaming.
Oh no.
I need your help immediately. They're going to kill me.
Yeah, it goes from like, they found me in the hallway. Oh shit, I'm in the dungeon. Can you guys help me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
She puts it back in her pocket and says, I should probably check in with him soon.
Man, that's a little sad. We need to go help that poor boy.
I'm also very confused. I thought your friend here, Jet, I thought you were dead into another plane, or I'm not sure. You went poof.
Invisible. I just turned invisible.
You're not supposed to reveal. That's a magician's secret.
I'm so sorry. Yes, I ceased to exist.
Nice save.
I'm going to accept your first answer. You guys can make your way back to the ship. Eve is already there with Ramses.
Has he fixed the ship at all, or is this crew supposed
That's what the bosun's there for. He can't fix it.
Okay.
That's what you're gathering the crew for. So as you make your way there, you can see the members of the crew start fixing the ship, putting things back into place. The rest of the crew goes down to their quarters, or Daisy will stay on deck with you, along with the quartermaster, who is a tabaxi. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you're there with the quartermaster, Daisy, Ramses, the four of you. You're all on deck. Thank you for bringing the crew back, Daisy. Furry Hands, Porky, Sloppy Tim, good to see all of you.
Oh, man. I need visual descriptions.
Sloppy Tim. Jet is just, as soon as she heard the name Sloppy Tim, she's like, we're going to be best friends.
Who are you?
Oh.
Is bosun a term we should know?
Yeah, it's a male bison.
Oh, okay.
Stop it. A bosun is, it's the person in charge of maintenance and repairs on a ship. So they're the officer that takes lead of all maintenance and repairs. And a quartermaster is another thing I said. A quartermaster is in charge of navigation, making sure the ship's on track, knowing when to go where, that type of thing.
Also, they make change in the ship arcade.
And then obviously you know what a cook and a surgeon are. So they have those as well, Porky and Daisy. Sloppy Tim is a elven man. His clothes are all on backwards. His hair has not been washed, aside from like rubbing it into the moss.
Like intentionally on backwards?
Yeah, he's just an overall mess.
Sorry.
And then Furry Hands is a 6'6" tabaxi male. Yeah, they call him Furry Hands because he likes to touch himself a lot.
Eve is going to give Daisy her hat.
Thank you so much. Merci.
As Eve gives Daisy the hat, he put the scroll of the mutiny in Daisy's hat as well. So if she puts it on, does she feel it?
Do you want her to feel it?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, I do.
You want her to know that you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, so she'll know that it's there. She would put her hat on, realize that there's something in it, and kind of take it off, look in it.
It's Ratatouille.
It's a mouse. She would reach her hand into her chef's hat, realize what it is, and then put her hat right back on.
Okay. Does she look at me?
Yeah, she'll look right at you and say, "Merci. Thank you for retrieving my hat."
Eve says, Daisy, yes. Can I please see how you work your magic in the kitchen?
But of course, follow me. Daisy will lead you into the kitchen. Is anyone joining you, or is it just going to be the two of you?
I mean, they all know about the notes, so I don't know if they if they caught on to the nuance of what was happening. I think people would follow me. I don't know.
Tiara leans over to Jet and goes, do you think they're trying to have sex?
Jet's not following now. He caught her like halfway through a step.
Okay, then Eve and Daisy can make their way to the kitchen, and she will say, "Well, here is my kitchen. I'm assuming you have a question about that." And she takes off her hat and drops the scroll onto the counter, puts her hat back on.
What monster were you going to sick on your captain and do him away?
Well, the plan was the aboleth out there, but that did not happen.
And do you realize that because you did this aboleth and used quite a minute, how did you come across a monster and were able to use it for your own benefit?
Our quartermaster is very good at noticing where layers of monsters are. We planned to go into the lair, not to damage the ship.
And do you realize that the aboleth would have taken all of you?
Had we not damaged the ship, we could have gotten out quite speedily. Unfortunately, the captain took the wheel at the last minute and drove us into the shore.
Now, my final question for you. Do we have anything to worry about here? And as I say that, my eyes go black.
This crew is a good, strong-working crew. We were under a bad captain. Ramses will take care of us. The old captain would steal gold from us. Always drunk. The officers ran this ship without him already. Now we just don't have to carry his dead weight.
And what if I were to tell you that your plan failed and the captain is still alive? Say, hypothetically.
Do not know. The captain is alive.
No, just hypothetically.
Yeah, how'd you think that was going to go?
If the captain is alive and he tries to reclaim his ship, I will quit.
Well, thankfully, the captain is not alive. We are all fine. I would like to speak to this map maker.
Ah, the quartermaster. Furry Hands was back on the deck.
Thank you very much, and have a good day, Daisy.
One quick question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Your tall Earth friend out there, is she seeing anyone?
Yes.
I think Eve recalls the Colosseum again and says, the Earth one that you see up on the deck is currently not seeing anyone, but that is not by their choice. I would say they are going through a lot of personal things, a lot of things that, kind of warrant avoidance, if you will.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Thank you for your honesty. I will give her some space.
I can't believe you just told this lady I have baggage.
I mean, he's not wrong.
All I did was tell the truth. And with that, I say, I bid you farewell. I go upstairs, and I want to pull Benny, Tara, and Jet aside and tell them what I know.
I think you can do that without being stealthy. There's now 20 people on this ship. They're all trying to move around to get them undocked. That's fine. Go ahead. Talk it out.
And I say, friends, it has come to my attention that the quartermaster was in charge of the aboleth, the beast that we slayed moments ago. This quartermaster is also aware of many other lairs, and I fear that we need to keep this quartermaster under eye in case they lead us into our doom.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the quartermaster and the chef and possibly others coordinated this, I guess, them to traverse into this layer of this crazy squid monster that makes people's lungs change into gills and really hurt all of us. I mean, maybe not all of us, but really hurt me, at least, on purpose.
Yes, it seems that they all knew about this plan, this coup, if you will.
I mean, if there were that many of them, couldn't they have just, like, made him walk the plank or something? Isn't that what they do on ships? Why did they do this? I mean, they seem slightly scary at this point and unhinged.
I say that we all do our best to keep a lookout. We must rest and regain our strength.
Yeah.
Let us find quarters. Let us find quarters here that we may all watch out for each other while we wait until we are fully healed, and then maybe do a little bit of reconnaissance, if you will.
I mean, what kind of reconnaissance do we need? They're all very, very much off the grid here. To think that to get rid of one person, they have to go to this length. I mean, this seems a little bit much even for us. Even for us, this seems like very evil. This seems very evil.
Do you think that we should go by portal to this Edis?
I don't know if we can, but Benny is very hesitant and she expresses this, and I'm having a hard time using her voice to do it, but she's very hesitant to be around these people at this point.
And Tara, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it seems to me like people have different ways of going about things. Almost like, if you are mad at someone, would you, say, invite them to a mansion on an island and plan a murder mystery so that you could slowly murder them individually and then summon a giant scorpion monster to kill them? Or would you just not talk to them anymore?
Eve immediately...
Tag yourself.
Holy shit. Eve immediately, drops into prayer and starts saying, Have we wronged anyone on the ship? Oh God, Daisy, what did we do to Daisy? Because that's what happened to Mara.
Well, someone voted Daisy off the ship, out of the mansion.
Oh shit.
Who was that?
I'm looking back at my notes. I think Daisy made it to the round, and it was Daisy versus Eve in the random card drawing.
Oh, the voting was that puppet lady.
Yes. Yes, the
Jessica.
voting was the puppet
No.
lady.
Oh my god.
Jessica the puppet lady.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite
So,
side character.
do I have to worry about anything?
Have you eaten anything recently? From Daisy?
I don't think you guys did anything directly to Daisy. Had this been the puppet lady, yeah, you guys did a lot to her.
That's fair. We burned an effigy of her on a stage in front of a huge
Right. Daisy didn't get nearly the attention that you gave to Emma.
Emma, yeah.
That was it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, from your conversation, you don't think that Daisy was out to get you. She obviously went one-on-one alone with you, which you could have taken her out if you wanted to. Right? Like, she wasn't going to be able to fight you. She trusted you enough to be alone with you.
I say this. We must rest and then see if any of these individuals are agents of Anamik.
Oh, yeah, agents of Anamik. I'm taking notes. Benny's going to spy on every single one of them doing mundane things. She is taking what Eve just said to heart, that all of them could possibly be agents of Anamik.
That's great.
Oh no.
I want to get close to Porky, see if he, has any injectables or, how he's good with fillers or whatnot.
Eve is going to rest.
While you guys are deciding what you're going to do, Ramses will say, "We are ready to set sail. It is a long journey, though. We will stop by a near port town first, in case you need to exchange any goods. We should fill up on our supplies anyway. So, get some rest. I'll wake you up when we dock.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for saving me and the ship. Now, the railroad goes to sea.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, now that the ship is at sea, that's where we're going to end the episode.
Woo!
We're going to be at sea for a while, guys.
That's exciting.
Pirate adventure.
Yay! And Daisy's going to be around the whole time.
We're gonna get some booty.
What is Jet and Tara doing? Are they resting?
Yeah. I'm assuming we'll be resting.
Yeah, Tara gets her own room.
Oh, Jet's loving the hammocks.
And Eve turned Angelica into a corgi, and they're cuddling and sleeping.
Aww.
And Benny is spying on everybody.
Yeah, Benny's not going to rest this night.
Okay.
Keep watch this.
Then we'll see how that unfolds in the next episode. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Look, find us all on rollgameroleplay.com and on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just come give us some love. We'll give you some love back. I'm Chris the DM. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.